West Ham's FA Cup campaign for the 2024-25 season starts now as the cup draw is about to get underway. Will it be the predictable either Liverpool or Manchester United away? Quite probably. Or will there be a shock? We will wait and see. It's always one of my favourite shows to do, for my favourite time of the year, is the cup draw. Third round, there's a couple of real underdogs in it, and of course the big names, I suppose you call that's a big name, is in the hat. You've got the likes of Tamworth, who have defied all odds and really been the David in the Goliath situation. They are doing the draw live tonight from Old Trafford, of course, the holders, Manchester United, of the FA Cup. I'm hoping they're not going to waffle for too long. I'm hoping they're going to get on with it, because there's 32 ties that need to be drawn out tonight by Dion Dublin, up the stairs in the bathrooms on the right, and I believe it's Mark Hughes as well. A couple of people in the chat hope you are well. Liverpool away or Man City away. That's another one. Quite probably. I didn't actually see when the games will kick off. It's usually January, isn't it? But yeah, we will wait and see whether they provide any information in that sense. Yeah, the third round will be played over the weekend of the 11th of January. So that's when these ties. So this feels a bit premature. I don't know why. Over a month before we are doing the draw. But yeah, as you can see, and on the bottom of your screen, here is all the ball numbers. Some noticeable ones to acknowledge are Millwall, our ball number 25. Ones we want to avoid, 22 and 23, City and United, respectively. 20 is Liverpool. Who else do we want to avoid? Chelsea's number 10, Arsenal's number 2. So all of them we need to avoid, ideally. But then you've got the likes of Tamworth, Bromley are in there, Harrogate Town, Accrington Stanley, who are they? Dagenham and Redbridge, that'd be a close one, wouldn't it? Dagenham and Redbridge. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Jim, I hope you are well. Good evening. I hope we are all well. Bromley at home. See that there's always a balance that you've got to find here, because you don't want to get like the massive underdog, because then there's potential, but you want to get like a sort of middle of the way. I don't mind like a League One or a League Two side. You don't want a National League team, or whatever Tamworth are in, National League South or North. We don't want that. We want a middle of the road, right? So a nice Championship or League One even, I'd go for. So like an Oxford United, preferably away, a big Coventry away. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Coventry away. I'll tell you what, I was talking to Dodsey about this at the game on Saturday. This is what we want. Coventry City away, because who's manager of Coventry City? Fat Frank. Could you imagine 5,000 or 6,000 West Ham fans in that away end at the Ricoh Arena? It's a pretty big ground. Singing Fat Frank for 90 minutes. That would be simply divine. That's what I want. Coventry City away. Any team with a banana skin. That is very true. That is very true. Let's have a little look here. Michael says, we will get a Premier League team away. Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, they're now showing an interview from Ruben Amorim. So hopefully we're going to get underway very shortly. Because Dion Dublin's got to get home for his tea, hasn't he? Dagenham and Redbridge at their place. That would be quite decent. We never get a small club, so expect one of the big boys away. You're very true. You're very true. Jim says, always used to be excited about this day when I was a schoolboy, Jake. It was drawn at lunchtime back in the 60s on the radio. Back then, of course, with many kids huddled around. Great memories. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I always enjoy this. It's just a sort of butterflies and anticipation of who we're going to get. Kelly Summers has now gone to her post, and it looks like Mark Hughes is auditioning to be part of MI6 with that roll neck on, and Dion Dublin is ready, so they're going to have a little chat, then they're going to pop the balls in, and then they'll make a little joke saying, I hope all the balls are in. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? They've rehearsed this about 3 times today, so let's hope it all goes swimmingly, and let's hope that we get a decent team. Coventry away, absolutely. Chelsea versus Coventry, get Frank at the Bridge. Could you imagine that? That's a shout. That is a shout. But yeah, another couple, and then let's have another flick through some of these possibilities that we could have. I mean, we could end up something. It's like Middlesbrough. That'll be something really long. Middlesbrough away. That'll be typical. Hell of a long way to go. Preston North End. I mean, this will be on a Saturday or a Sunday, so it could be a nice cheeky weekend for some people. Blackburn Rovers, wouldn't mind a bit of that. Nice Northern away game. Derby County, of course, we did a couple of years ago. That was a cracking night for the fans up there. But yeah, if we can get somebody a bit different. I mean, the reason I say we don't want like the most low-ranked team left in it because of Kidderminster a couple of years ago. I mean, that game scarred me for quite a while. We don't want the like Kidderminster of the draw, but we also don't want the Man City or the Liverpool of the draw. So somewhere in the middle would be my preference, but we're going to find out very shortly. Plymouth Argyle, not too bad, but yeah, geographically for us, Southampton away, perfect, thank you. We then end up going there twice in about 3 weeks because we go there on Boxing Day, and then to go there on the 11th, we just want to move in down there. Stoke City, we've done that one. Sunderland, there we go, Sunderland away, that'd be typical, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Oh no, they've now moved back to talk to some more people, probably the underdog, I reckon. I thought I was getting a bit excited, and I thought they were going to get cracking, but that was a little bit premature of me, wasn't it? Excuse me. Mug says, are they going to make the FA Cup into the second Corrupt Cup, seeding the top 8 teams again? Thankfully, I don't think they're doing that. They're just talking to the Tamworth manager now. Fair enough. A big night for them. Financially, as a football club, they'll want a big team at home on TV. That'll be great financially for their club, or I mean, any big team. I think they will be eyeing up. Yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already. Plymouth, I've never been to Home Park, so that'll be a decent one. We wouldn't get many tickets, but yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't mind seeing the underdogs win it this year, showing the real meaning of the FA Cup. Yeah, I think we've lost that a little bit, haven't we? I think the replays are getting scrapped, and just the way football's going, I sense that we're losing that magic of the FA Cup to an extent. And Tamworth have reinstalled it to an extent, and if they can, get past the third round, then that really indicates the magic of the FA Cup. But yeah, I feel like it's just waned a little bit, and we want it to be reinforced again. And hopefully, a team like Tamworth can do that. Not by beating us, respectfully, but by beating somebody big. Pete, hope you are well. Fingers crossed for a good draw. We realistically know it's going to be Man United away, don't we? Let's not even beat around the bush. We haven't had them in the cup for 2 years now. So that is pretty much a guarantee. But I'll be happily proven wrong today. One of the big 6 away is my prediction. But yeah, there we go. Something like Middlesbrough would be typical away from home. But yeah, it's difficult to know, really what to want. I mean, they've got to get a wriggle on here because there's 64 balls, which means there's 32 ties to get out. And depending on how swift they are with it, I mean, Charlton, Lake Charlton, Leyton Orient, a couple of geographically close ones alongside Dagenham and Redbridge as well. Lincoln, we had in the Carabao Cup draw last year. We beat them by 1-0. Mansfield, Birmingham City, under the new ownership. That could be an interesting one. Morecambe, Doncaster Rovers, of course, who we beat in the FA Cup a few years back, by 4-0 at the London Stadium. That was a comfortable one, that one. But yeah, all good. So yeah, get your guys' predictions. What do you want to see and what do you think you're going to see? I mean, for me, it's 2 completely different things. But yeah, we are going to find out. Absolutely. Chaps, it's Jake in the servant's kitchen. I'm only here so I can see the TV, because if I did it upstairs, I'd have to get it on the BBC iPlayer and I'd be behind all of you and you tell me before it happens, and I don't want that. So I'm here so I can see the TV, and yeah, that is the reasoning behind that. Johnny, hope you well. Even all, we are getting Man City. Everyone keeps coming in saying we're going to get Liverpool, we're going to get Man City, we're going to get Man United. It's just the harsh and cold reality of it nowadays, isn't it? What's that ridiculous stat that got wheeled out towards the back end of last year with our cup draw against Liverpool, or the cup draw this year against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup? Wasn't it like we've had a Big 6 team every year for like 10 years running? Absolutely ridiculous. Johnny, mind you, they are a beatable team at the minute, Man City. Well, that is a very good point. Next up is the garage for Jake. The garage? What? Oh, I see. Right, I get it. Yeah. Thanks, man. I get it. Dagenham versus West Ham. I mean, could you imagine that? That would be interesting. Even money, Liverpool away. Don't you just know? Dagenham away would be great for the Daggers and would be on TV. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know, because I'm not from that area. I mean, I sense that's not really a rivalry that's ever going to be reignited or ever has been ignited. Like, we play friendlies with them and it's all okay. So I feel like because they're because they're so low down. There's not really a rivalry, despite the geographical implications of it. So I feel like it'll be played in pretty nice, because there are quite a few West Ham fans who support West Ham, but they've also got a Dagenham as well. So I feel like there's not too much rivalry to go into there. But yeah. Jim, it's a non-event basically nowadays. The FA Cup final used to be the most eagerly anticipated sports event when I was your age, along with the Grand National many years ago. That now, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, people talk about this every year in terms of how the FA Cup final day, that used to be the biggest football day in the footballing calendar, and now it's just lost that spark, and it's lost that just real. What's the word? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's lost its importance, I think, in the grand scheme of, World Cups and Euros and Champions Leagues and all the rest of it. I mean, the League Cup has fallen foul even more. But yeah, domestic cup competitions have, been really hit hard by the ever-growing and ever-increasing schedule that these players have to undertake, unfortunately. Paul says no, but a lot of Dagenham fans are West Ham fans, right? I see. Donny away. There we go. 90% of fair enough. Right then. So Kelly Somers has gone back to her hosting position. So hopefully now old Dion and Mark are gonna pop those balls into the bucket. They look like they've been waiting a while. Now they're going to show some more highlights of Dion Dublin scoring the FA Cup. Brilliant. I'm a Daggers. Well, there we go. So that proves that point absolutely. Trying to Americanise the FA Cup final, same with the Champions League final. Yeah, wasn't there like a pre-match show before the last one? There's people singing all sorts. It's lost its touch, hasn't it? Fixed is the word. Can't disagree, can you? It's lost its importance for supporters, but all players still want the medal. Yeah, they should do, absolutely. Absolutely. Now showing Mark Hughes in an FA Cup final. I think they're really digging out the archives and the historic highlights today, aren't they? Happy Hammerette, thanks for joining us. I hope you are well. So before we get to that cup draw, just to reiterate, the numbers are along the bottom of your screen. I'm sure they'll put them up on a telly if you're watching that and listening to me. I commend you. Thank you very much indeed. That's what I want you to do. Hit mute on the TV and have me on. There's going to be a 4 or 5 second delay. But we're going to go through every cup draw because nothing else to talk about and talk about it and hope that they get on with it. Come on, get on with it. Every single time it's the same. I'll never learn my lesson. I come on at 7, hoping they'll do it at 7. And they don't. I'll never ever learn my lesson. Did Mark Hughes get to a final as a player? I don't know. They just showed a highlight. I'll presume it looked like the old Wembley, so that was my assumption. Potentially not. I don't know. Did he? You're nodding your head. How do you know that?
Because I do.
Okay. All right. Mum said yes. Give us a wave. Absolutely. I'd love giving waves. Mum, wave. Not that they can see you. Wave to me. Thank you. Cheers. All good. Oh, good. Sharky, hope you are well. Dagenham versus West Ham, or the likely Manchester United. Absolutely. Right, so the cup draw, the numbers are now up on the screen on the TV. Salford City, Gary Neville's. Could you imagine Gary Neville's Salford City go to Old Trafford? There's some weird storylines that could be created here. But yeah, it's all been corrupt since COVID anyway. I mean, look, they rehearsed this cup draw 3 or 4 times before in the day. It's actually been released a few times that we've been drawing against Millwall. I reckon there must be something that's put in place because there's no way the police are signing off on West Ham Millwall. No way. So I reckon there's something that's done just to ensure that West Ham are not drawing against Millwall. At the Den, that would be horrendous. I think at our place, it would be handled a little bit better. But it would be an absolute nightmare for the police. The balls are in the, what would you call that, man? A bucket? Bowl, that's it. The balls are in the bowl. That's it, Dion. Make sure there's none left in there. Because we had 1990. Who said that?
When Mark Hughes scored.
How do you know that? Have you just Googled it?
No.
You have just Googled it. 1990. Mark Hughes is in the final against Crystal Palace. Right, the first one's out Southampton. Here we go. Let's make this really easy and be us now. Oh, blimmin' hell, Southampton away would have been perfect. Southampton have a home tie to Swansea City, so a trip down south for the Swans. That's the first draw out. Next, number 2 is Arsenal. Oh dear, out comes 43. You watch 43 come out here. 23, or for a second I thought Manchester United, two big boys against each other. Get in. We're not going to get Man United away. We are not getting Man United away because they're making a trip to Arsenal, which is also the game that takes place on Wednesday night on Amazon Prime. Arsenal as Man United. Exeter City. That's not very far. Exeter City have a home tie against number 29, which is Oxford United. There we go. Oh dear. 48 is out next. Oh, you're funny, Dad. Leyton Orient. That's not far, I don't think, from West Ham. Leyton Orient. 13. I thought that was 43. Unlucky for some. Derby County. That's a shame. Pride Park. I'd like to go there. We went there a couple of years ago. I didn't, but everyone else did. 62 is out next. That is Reading. I read that as reading to start with. I can't say reading. Reading. They have ball number 8, which is Burnley. So they've got a home tie at the Majeski against Burnley. Anticipation building. Ball number 3 is out next, and that is Aston Villa. Oh, that's not very nice. We don't want that. Aston Villa away in the 3rd round. No thanks. Aston Villa are at Villa Park against 43. For God's sake. Villa away. That's just grim, isn't it? So you look at Dion laughing. He's shaking his head. He didn't want that. Dion didn't want that as a Villa fan, did he? You prat, Dion. Honestly. Right, we'll carry on for a bit longer. Let's see who else comes out. Norwich City. Faced ball number 6. Brighton. Honestly, I said we didn't want Villa. That's not nice. West Ham. Right, I better write this out. I mean, it's a cheeky away day. That also means that we're going to Villa twice in 2 weeks. Oh, you're joking. We've got Villa on the 26th of January and we're having to go there on the 11th. That means we're going to Villa 2 weekends out of the 3. Man City have got Salford. Oh, Salford. I'd take it. Gary Neville, Salford are taking the trip to the Etihad. That is brilliant. And Dion Dublin claps. You are right to do so. That's what the FA Cup's all about. Millwall, boo. This is when we want 43 now. Millwall have a home tie against Dagenham and Redbridge. Oh, there'll be plenty of West Ham fans going to the Den that day. That is the next best option. Liverpool home tie. You'd have never thought it, would you? Oh, that's brilliant. Dagenham and Redbridge have got Millwall. Liverpool have Accrington Stanley. Who are they? That's a nice cheeky draw for the Scousers. Number 7 is out next. That's Bristol City. They're home again. They beat us last year, of course. Oh, how many West Ham fans are going to be going to Millwall away? Villa haven't won in 8 matches. That is very true. Bristol City host Wolves. Terrible draw for West Ham. It's not ideal. Villa Park or the new Den. Hard choice, not. PNE have Charlton Athletic. Do you know what? That Man City, Salford and Dagenham and Millwall is exciting me more than the West Ham one. That's absolutely brilliant. Chelsea at home, shock. I tell you what, I bet they're gutted, the FA, that blimmin' Arsenal and Man United have got to play each other. I bet Man United are gutted. They haven't got a home draw. Blimey. Chelsea have got Morecambe at home and have a nice, cheeky, tidy home draw for a big 6 side. 24 is out next. And that is Middlesbrough. Yeah, don't want to be going there. Well, I mean, we're out anyway. But Middlesbrough will be hosting Blackburn Rovers, 2 northern teams. Millwall, Dagenham. That's going to be chaos. Absolute chaos. But number 1, which is Bournemouth. They were playing at the Vitality against number 42. West Bromwich Albion, the Hawthorns, the Baggies will take the trip down to the south coast. 55 out next, all the 5s. Mansfield Town have secured themselves a home tour. Tamworth are still in, notably, ball number 53. 64 is out next, though. That is Wigan Athletic go to Mansfield. 53, there we go. They have a home tie. Tamworth, he's nodding his head, the Tamworth manager, Dion Dublin. You've got a big, big chance on your hands here. If this is Tottenham, it is. They've got Tottenham. I called it. They have Tottenham Hotspur at home. Ange Postecoglou will be making the trip to Tamworth. And the Tamworth manager is happy with that. If I was a Spurs, that is the most Spursy thing I think I could ever imagine. They are going to so lose to Tamworth. Hull City are hosting Doncaster Rovers. Tell you what, they've pulled out some cracking draws here. Cracking draws. Sunderland next. At the Stadium of Light, they will be playing. Ball number 37, which is Stoke City. Brilliant type of Tamworth. Fair play to them. Absolutely. So, yeah, so we're going to go on either the 11th or the 12th. We're going to go to Villa, and then we're going to go there on the 26th. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just well stop paying council tax at Villa. 33 out next, Leicester City will be hosting QPR. The R's take the trip to the Midlands. Next out, ball number 5, Brentford. They have a home tie in West London. And they will be taking on ball number 30, which is Plymouth. Plymouth Argyle, there we go. Decent little tie for them. Oh, well, there's always the 2026 FA Cup. Very true. Very true. All the ones, number 11 out next. Coventry City. This is what we want. Are Chelsea still in? No, Chelsea are out, aren't they? Damn it. Fat Frank will be hosting Sheffield Wednesday. Barry Bannon's side take the trip to the Ricoh Arena. 26, Newcastle, St James's Park will be rampant as they host. Come on, Dion, get on with it. Ball number 60, which is Bromley. They are Bromley away from home. They won't like that too much, but they've got a nice day out at St James's Park. Everton are next out. Their final home, well, it could be their final. It's definitely their final third round game at Goodison Park. And to mark that, they will face ball number 56, Peterborough. That will be memorable. Peterborough United will take the final third round trip to Goodison Park. Number 58 comes out next, Wycombe Wanderers. They have a home tie against ball number 31, which is Pompey. They'll be making the trip up from Fratton Park to Wycombe. Entering our final ones. There's a few Premier League teams left in. Next up, Birmingham City. So you've still got, well, who's left? Premier League. Palace, Fulham, Ipswich, Forest. Birmingham City will host Lincoln. The Imps will be taking the trip. There are some good cup games. There are. You're right, Sharky. 18 is out next, which is Leeds United. Leeds. Larry, I hope you're well. I'll see you in about 38 minutes' time. Ellen Road will be hosting Harrogate. Ooh, there we go. Harrogate Town. They have a trip to Ellen Road. Villa away. That's just a bit depressing, isn't it, really? Villa away. 28 comes out next. Nottingham Forest. The City Ground will be entertaining. Who's left? Another all Premier League tie would be nice. Number 21. Luton. Used to be Premier League. Luton will be going to Forest. 34 out next, Sheffield United. Oh, dear me. Sheffield United will be hosting Cardiff City, an all championship tie there. Means we can concentrate on staying up. Nice and optimistic. Ipswich are out next. Portman Road will be hosting either 12, 15, 41, 49 or 57. And it is Bristol Rovers, ball number 49 there. There we go. 15 out next. Fulham. Craven Cottage will be in use. Palace, Watford or Stockport. Which one, Mum? Too late. 41. Watford. Said Mum. What are the last two get? All right, who's going to be home, Mum? So Mum reckons Palace at home. And she's correct. Selhurst Park will be hosting Stockport United to complete the FA Cup draw. So just to reiterate some of the big ties, West Ham will take an away trip to Aston Villa 2 weeks before we go there in the Premier League. So that's going to be fun. Also, Manchester City will be hosting Gary Neville's Salford, which is also interesting. And the final one that I have to talk about is Millwall, the Den, will be entertaining Dagenham and Redbridge. So you can bet your house on a fair few West Ham fans will end up at the Den on the 11th of January. There are some tasty ones in there as well. Arsenal will be hosting Manchester United, 2 Big Six sides. Apart from that, all the Big Six teams have got nice, cosy home fixtures, I think. Apart from Tottenham, who take the trip to Tamworth to set up one of the most Spursy results in the Spursy history. But yeah, what else have you got? Liverpool, Accrington Stanley, Chelsea, Morecambe. You know, you get the programme. Is what it is. Is what it is. We will have a new coach by the cup game anyway. Peter, hope you well. Early doors, thanks for joining us. So right, that completes the draw. You can join me again with Larry, Mike and Nigel at 8 o'clock to preview tomorrow night's game as we take on Leicester at 8:15. That's the kickoff time. The preview time is 8 o'clock. So go and get yourself a cup of tea, a biscuit, a donut, whatever floats your boat. And I'll see you right here at 8 o'clock for our Leicester City preview. West Ham will take the trip to Villa Park for our third round FA Cup draw. They're winless in 8. Will West Ham make it to the fourth round? Probably not. But of course, there's only one way to find out. Wait till the 11th of January. Thanks everybody for joining us and participating in the chat. Usual suspect is going to Millwall, and I don't blame you. Feels happy. Good draw. I'm happy with that. There we go. Liverpool at home makes a change. Not pressure on Vanilla. See what you did there? It certainly is. But from me, come on, you Irons, and I'll see you soon right here on West Ham Unofficial. Thank you very much, and goodbye.